So, you want to get into Minecraft building with WorldEdit, but you don't know where to start. This is the basics, and I don't want to dilly-dally too much, so let's go. First of all, commands. Obviously, you probably know that you use // to start a command, and the first command that you're going to need is wand. Now, this will give you a wooden axe, and you might not know, what do I do with this? Why is it a wooden axe? It can't even break blocks. So this is basically your cursor. Like if this were a 3D program, this would be your mouse, and it only has two functions: right click and left click. Now left click will set one corner and right click will set another. So this is basically using a cube. So one way to visualize it is, let's say you want to select this cube. You're going to want to select the opposite corners of this so that everything is inside of your selection area. So first we would select this corner, and then we would do the exact opposite corner, and then that would select everything within the 3D cube. And of course, the two selection buttons are right click and left click. Don't worry about accidentally breaking a block or stripping wood, because that will all get reset. Oh my gosh, that iron golem is having a fun time in the background there. The next most important command is // set. Now this is pretty self-explanatory. It will set all of the blocks within that area to whatever your selected block is. So let's say we want to set everything within our selected area to oak log. So we would type in oak and then log. And that takes everything within the selected area and replaces it with an oak log. But let's say we have some acacia planks mixed in here for some reason. These look super ugly together. I don't know why we would do that, but this is just an example. In this case, if we want to replace only the oak planks with oak logs, but keep the acacia planks, then we would do // replace. The first one is the thing that we want to replace, and the second one is the thing we want to replace it with. So we would type in oak planks and then oak log. So you can see that replaced all the oak planks with an oak log. Now this is probably one of the most useful ones. Now let's say we built something super simple like a fence. We designed this little fence pattern. Let's say we designed this super simple fence pattern, and we want to make it super long in one direction. So for that, we would select this corner, and we would select this corner with a right click and left click, and we would do // stack. And we face our camera in the direction that we want it to go in. So if I wanted it to stack in this direction, I would face this way, this direction, this way, and this direction this way. So basically, super intuitive and simple. We would do // stack, and we would do this direction. It's a little misleading. You don't actually select one of these if you want just to go in the direction. Instead, you type in the number of repetitions that you want it to stack for. So let's say I want 8. Let's stack 8 of these in this direction. So I would type in 8, and there, it creates 8 repetitions of this fence. Now, this looks super ugly. I only just realized that, so I don't want all these fences anymore. Now, one super simple thing, you're probably super familiar with this because it's in every design program ever. If you want to undo something you just did, it's as simple as just typing in // undo, and boom. We are done with that. We don't have that ugly fence anymore. So again, if we want to make it taller, we look straight up and we do // stack, and then the number that we want to do it. I know I'm repeating stuff here, but I don't want you to forget. Now let's say we undo this because we don't like it. And then we decide, oh, actually, I did like that. We can just do // redo. And now this is one of the main features of WorldEdit. This is one of the most useful things and one of your most used commands. Now, as you can see, I'm in a village. And I'm actually in a village for a reason, because let's say we want to copy one of these village houses. Now, we could just summon it in with a structure command, but those commands are super hard to understand, and all these villagers are really annoying. One way we could do it that's much simpler is just to copy and paste it. Now, these village houses aren't exactly an easy shape to select. So one way we could do it, instead of like placing blocks and then selecting and then breaking the blocks, we could just do / pos or pose, depending on how you pronounce it. Now this actually stands for position, and pos 1 will be the one that you do with left click, and pos 2 will be the one that you do with right click. So we could just go to the top corner and do pos 2, and then the bottom corner and do pos 1. Now this will actually do it at your feet, is an important thing to know. And then now, if only we could see it, but we do have this village house selected. So if you copy it and paste it, it will do it from the exact position that you're standing relative to your selection. So let's say I want to copy it from this bottom corner. I would do / copy, and then I would walk wherever I want to put it, and I would do / paste. Now you can see it placed it from the relative position of me against the house, in the exact way I was standing at it before I copied. Okay, now I like this villager house, but I do think that the door is facing the wrong side. Now technically we could manually just move the door, but that isn't very fun, is it? And takes quite a bit of time. So instead, we can do / flip. So I want the door to be facing this way, which seems to be west, as you can see by this little widget I have. And since I'm facing west, I will do / flip west. Now, you can see it says the clipboard copy has been flipped. Now, this might be a little bit confusing. As you can see, the villager house has not been rotated. So now if you just do / paste, then boom, we have our village house and it's facing the right direction now. Now, of course, there is a simpler way to do this. Now, this is simply / rotate. Oh, I forgot to do the parameters. We do / rotate, and then the Y value of how much we want it to be rotated. Now, this is a little bit confusing. What does the Y value mean? It's a rotation. And of course, the Y value means the rotation that it would be if you were looking straight in the Y direction. So that would be looking from top to down because Y is up and down. So if I do 180 in the Y direction, 0 in X, and 0 in Y, then that will rotate our clipboard 180 degrees. So flip and rotate are useful for different things at different times. Now, I do want to keep this video quite brief, so this should be enough to get you started, at least with building with WorldEdit. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.